Gamers, I just found a time machine, and if I open it up, grab my Switch from 2024, put it in, close the lid, do some little beep boop beep boop beep boop, and open it up, I now have a Switch from the year 2022, and today we're gonna be ranking all first-party titles from that year. You coming with me? I'm not the biggest Pokemon games fan, but when I saw the first footage of Pokemon Legends Arceus, I knew I wanted to play that one ASAP. It felt so different from everything we had played before. It takes place in the past, during a time where humans and Pokemon don't live happily together. So that means that if you want to become the very best and to collect them all, you'll have to hunt and catch them in the wild. In this game, you have to hide inside tall grass and bushes and will have to craft your own Pokeballs if you want to catch them all. And trust me, you'll be doing a lot of catching in this one. If you want to complete your Pokédex, get ready to catch thousands upon thousands of Pokemon, as each of them has different research tasks to accomplish in order to fully complete your research. Obviously, this game also features battles, and these are pretty fun too, especially as you can move around during the fight, which is useless, but kinda cool nonetheless. You'll get to know a bunch of cool people, we'll go through many main and side quests, and we'll even be able to hop on some Pokemon to run, swim, fly, and more. This game is just insanely good, and I wish they would make a series out of it, because the gameplay loop is highly addictive. It's the first one, so it takes the #1 spot, but it might keep it for a while, because yes, it's really good. Just before I tell you about the next game on the list, let me talk about today's sponsor, Ugreen. Their RevoDuck 9-in-1 USB-C hub delivers 100 watts of USB-C pass-through charging and HDMI supporting a 4K 60Hz connection. This means you can charge your laptop and other accessories with ease and connect it to an external monitor to see everything in glorious detail. It features a 1000 megabytes per second Ethernet port that gives you all the advantages of an ultra high-speed internet connection. Your laptop doesn't have that many ports? Well, the RevoDuck has 3 USB-A ports, 1 USB-C port, an SD, and a TF card slot. With this thing plugged in, you're in business. And it also works as a Nintendo Switch dock too, and since it's super small, you can carry it anywhere you want. Pick up a Ugreen RevoDuck today by clicking the link in the description down below. Not gonna lie, I wasn't really impressed by 2018's Kirby Star Allies on the Switch, so when a new Kirby game was announced, I wasn't that excited about it. The thing is, this one is actually different from what the Kirby franchise typically gives us. Say goodbye to your typical 2D Kirby game, because this one is in 3D. I would compare Kirby and the Forgotten Land to Super Mario 3D World in a way, because yes, it is a 3D game, but it's still level based, meaning that there's a clear path you have to follow. Every level is different and features cool transformations, hidden stuff to uncover, and even bonus objectives if you want to get your 100% completion rating. There are little bonus levels featuring the transformations, and playing these will teach you all about those. Plus, you can upgrade all of these in a shop in town. Seriously, this game has a lot to offer, and even after beating it, there's more content for you to play. I don't often decide to 100% clear a game because it takes way too long and I have a lot of games to go through. But for this one, I had to stop and play it until the end. I loved Kirby and the Forgotten Land, but I have to admit that I still enjoyed Pokemon Legend Arceus more, so it's going to take the second place. Remember the phenomenon that was Wii Sports back in 2016? Well, here is Nintendo Switch Sports, hoping to recreate that classic feeling. And I'm gonna be honest, it's a pretty solid game. This one features 7 different sports, with some classics making a comeback, like tennis, golf, and bowling. But it also introduces a couple new sports, like volleyball, badminton, soccer, and chambara, which is a sword fighting one. Anyways, the coolest thing about this game is that you can play it online against random people, which will keep it relevant for quite a while. Obviously, this game is better played with people in your own house, cause it's way more fun that way. The new sports are okay, like they're not bad, but they're definitely not my favorite. Maybe it's the nostalgia talking here, but bowling remains my favorite one in the game, and now that everybody plays at the same time, the pacing is way faster and much better. The physical version of this game also comes with a leg strap to play soccer, which is weird at first, but it actually works great. The game is hella fun, but it's a party game, so I don't really see myself playing it on my own, and for that reason, I'll put it at number 3. We got a couple Mario sports game on the Nintendo Switch, and the one we got in 2023 is none other than Mario Strikers Battle League. This reimagining of soccer is usually pretty fun, but I have to admit that this Switch version feels pretty bare bone. As opposed to Mario Tennis or Mario Golf, there is no story mode in this one. The closest you'll get to it is the League Cup tournaments, which pit you against other teams until one of them wins the cup. Like, it's okay, but it feels really low effort. The gameplay in itself is still pretty fun nonetheless, and mastering this game can be quite challenging, so you'll still have tons of fun playing it with your friends, with the computer or online, but if you're expecting something revolutionary in the franchise, you won't get that here. Oh, I guess you can now customize your characters by buying helmets and other gears, which is kinda cool, but yeah, that's pretty much all this game has to offer. As you can hear, I did enjoy this game, but not as much as the previous ones, so it's gonna be 4th for now. You know me and my love of Warriors games. I spent countless hours playing Hyrule Warriors on Wii U, Hyrule Warriors on Switch, and even Age of Calamity. Yeah, I really like this series. So when another Fire Emblem Warriors game was launched on Switch, I had to try it, and to be fair, it's good, but definitely not what I expected. If you're familiar with the Warriors series, basically you control a hero and you move through strongholds and defeat hundreds of enemies. It is a very simple game. Typically, the only combo you need to know is this one. YYYX, YYYX, YYYX. Yeah, it's a bit dumb, but it's highly addictive. The thing is, mashing a simple series with a game like Fire Emblem will require some changes. And the changes are very Fire Emblem-esque. Is that even a word? Basically, in between the missions, you'll be doing chores with your allies, cooking meals, and getting to know them, buying new weapons and armors, and while this is all fun, it takes way too long for what it's worth. Because of that, I think this one might be my least favorite Warriors game that's on a Nintendo platform. It features too much dialogue, too much useless management, and not enough Warriors gameplay. Still, it's a very enjoyable experience and will take the number 3 spot right next to Kirby. Are you hungry? Because after playing this game, you absolutely will be! Welcome to Kirby Dream Buffet, a digital-only game where you control a very round Kirby ball and your goal is to eat as much as you can. Oh, it's also a racing game, I suppose, because yes, you have to go through a couple different obstacle courses while racing 3 opponents. You'll eat food, collect boxes giving you different transformations that can be quite helpful, and will grow in size as you eat. Each game of Kirby Dream Buffet takes about 10 minutes and features 4 rounds. Typically, they all end with a battle royale where every Kirby fights for themselves. It's a pretty fun game, but it might not hold your attention for very long. I feel like this one could have been a really fun free-to-play game, but since it costs $15, I don't know a lot of people that own and play this one today. Even when I tried to lobby up with people to record gameplay for this video, it took 60 seconds for a game to start, which is a very long time for this type of game. But even though it's very simple, I think it's a fun game and I liked it better than Mario Strikers Battle League. When I went to Toronto to experience Splatoon 2 before the Nintendo Switch was even out, I had fun, but thought it was very similar to the first game, maybe too similar. And when I tried Splatoon 3, well, I wondered why we needed this in the first place. Like, don't get me wrong, Splatoon is an amazing franchise, but I feel this game would work better if it had seasons, kinda like Fortnite, you know, with frequent updates and new mechanics sprinkled here and there. In short, Splatoon 3 is just more Splatoon 2, with new maps, new weapons, and special attacks, and that's all good. But I mean, why couldn't this all be a big Splatoon 2 update? I guess the single player campaign is actually a bit different and pretty fun, but that's mostly what I enjoyed about Splatoon 3, the single player campaign. And to be frank, I don't think I'll play this game until the new DLC comes out sometimes this year. Splatoon 3 is super fun and totally deserves to be next to Kirby and Fire Emblem Warriors. It was already super exciting to see a Mario game featuring the Rabbids being super good back in 2017, so you bet I was excited for the sequel, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. This one builds up on top of everything the first game was, making it bigger and better. Basically, if you're not familiar with the series, it is a turn-based tactics game where you control Mario and his friends, and you must shoot down enemies and hide behind blocks to cover yourself. Sparks of Hope introduces new characters, new abilities, and improved mobility quite a lot compared to the first game. Plus, the story mode is huge and features giant maps to explore. There's side quests which will allow you to level up and get new items, there's a shop now, and the bosses are better than ever. Plus, this game features really good DLC, including this one with Rayman. Yeah, Rayman is kinda back in a different type of game. That's kinda cool though. This game is awesome and I enjoyed it quite a lot, but still less than Kirby. As a longtime fan of the Bayonetta franchise, I can say one thing for sure. This third entry is the worst. I'm so disappointed to report that maybe this one was the one that should have been cancelled. The story in Bayonetta 3 is so weird and basically just throws everything you loved about the first two games out the window to instead focus on a story about multiverses and different Bayonettas that you have to save or something. Yeah, the story kinda sucks, but you do get the new demon dancing ability that allows you to control the demons, and that's kinda neat. But that's pretty much the only novelty worth discussing, and even that is a bit weird. Like, it's hard to see what's going on at times when the camera is zoomed out that much. But I guess Chaos was always part of the Bayonetta series. Anyways, a new character is introduced, Viola, and you have to play as her for multiple levels. Yeah, you don't get to pick, you have to do so. And her playstyle just isn't that interesting to me. Instead of dodging, you have to block with her swords, and that takes time getting used to. Like, it's not bad, but it's not good either. There's also a new minigame featuring Jeanne, which is like a 2D side-scrolling version of the game, and that gimmick is fun the first time. But obviously, it comes back many times and overstays its welcome. You know what? That's what I felt about this game as a whole. It overstayed its welcome. I just wanted it to be over, but there was another level and another level and another level, and they were kind of boring. Yeah, I didn't like that one, but still, it's better than Mario Strikers. You know, after having a lot of fun with Pokemon Legends Arceus, I had high hopes for Scarlet and Violet. This game was announced as an open-world take on the Pokemon franchise, still featuring gym badges and whatnot, but allowing you to play them in any order you want. The thing is, there's a clear path that is laid in front of you. It's true that you could go to any gym leader from the get-go, but their Pokemons will be way too powerful for you. So, what's the point really? All in all, this is just another standard Pokemon game. It does feature a few different things here and there, like those Team Star matches featuring auto battles, or the legendary giant Titan Pokemons you encounter, but all of these things are not that crazy. Not gonna lie, this game was a disappointment for me, and it kinda runs like crap too. I know Pokemon games are not known for looking good, but this one, it just looks so bad. Slowdowns, crashes, weird collisions. Expect all of these things to happen to you. And as of me writing this script, the biggest game in the world right now is Pal World. And I can't help but to look at these two games and wonder, why can't a Pokemon game look like this? Anyways, it's an okay game, and if you enjoy Pokemon, well, you'll enjoy this one too. But come on, you have to put more effort into these games. I'm putting this at number 6. So there you go, this is my ranking for all first-party Switch titles in 2022. Pokemon Legend Arceus, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope, Splatoon 3, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Nintendo Switch Sports, Kirby Dream Buffet, Bayonetta 3, and Mario Strikers Battle League. Do you agree with my list, or what would you switch around? Let me know in the comments section down below, and I'll see you for my next video where I rank all the titles of 2021. See ya!